YouTube every single day. Mother-daughter duo, got so much to say. Like, comment, subscribe, join the family vibe. Feel the love worldwide, come and have a ride.
Hello, and welcome to GenTea. I'm Miss B,
And I'm Cookie.
and we're a mother daughter team looking to talk about everything from our generational perspective. We are going to touch on topics that could entertain in an informative way.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you comment, please let it be nice. We're all about the good vibes here.
So, before we get started, though, we have to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Actually, welcome us back. We've been gone for a while. We have had some things going on from hospital stays to big moves to job change. So, we have had a lot going on, but now we're back and we're ready to be consistent with you. So it's January, and you know what we do in January. We want a fresh start. And what do we usually do? A vision board.
Yay! Happy New Year!
So, with the vision board, we want to maybe help some people who might have done the regular in January. Let's make those resolutions, and then come to find out by February we done finished and done with trying to do the resolution. Well, the vision board is to help you because you can visually see what it is that you want to accomplish or goals that you've set. And this time we want to help even with the vision board because sometimes a vision board is just pretty pictures and still doesn't come to fruition, which we will show you because that's what happened with us. So, we're going to show you what we started to do, and then now what we found to be a better plan to actually accomplish some of our goals. Okay, so on my old board, you will see that it says Journey 2025 last year. I started off on my board. You see where it says evoke romance. I wanted to have more romance in my relationship. And so that was one of my things. In the middle there, you see where I have goal to pay off my debts. Then to the right hand side, you see where it says contact creators, YouTube. We were supposed to make a lot more YouTube last year. Now, a little further down on the left hand side, I got my soul and shine, which was supposed to be my self care, mind, body, and soul. And then in the middle, I have family. And below that, I have lose weight. Got pictures of skinny women and food and um, exercise to the right and walking. So now what happened was I did put this up and start almost every day. Uh, but as you can tell, like I said, it was just pictures of what I wanted to accomplish. Nothing there to say how I was going to accomplish any of this. I will say that I was able to, as far as my financial part, besides paying the debt off, I did pay the debt down, not completely off, but I did pay it down. And I did start my emergency fund, which I'm halfway to my goal on the emergency fund. So that worked out. And um, That is the only thing on this entire board that worked out because I did follow a plan on paying off the debt and doing the emergency fund. And basically, I was following another creator on YouTube that helped with that part of it. So that was me 2025.
Hopefully, I have a picture of my 2025 board to show you. I know I have a video, so maybe I'll clip it from there. But I also have this here to show you um, things that I hoped for and things that I didn't quite accomplish. Obviously, then I was hoping to do a bit more with group, with YouTube channel, with everything else, and we didn't do anything. So it was a hectic year, but there's no excuse for a full year of not being active at all. Um, of course, with self care, I had plans for that. I will say I feel like there were some days where I did just make sure I had time for myself. Like, okay, today is hectic, but I'm going to like do my toes, or I'm going to make sure I lotion today. It doesn't have to be an extreme thing that is something that can be helping take care of yourself. It can be little things. Sometimes for me, most of the time for me, I don't put on lotion. I know you're supposed to, and I know it's good for your skin. And so sometimes I have to make sure that I take the time to do that because it's not all the fact that I don't like the feeling lotion on me, and I don't. But I have found lotions that I like. It's all about time, and I feel like there's no time for anything. But I have to remind myself to make that time. There were things like a company. I wanted to sew clothes. I wanted to start something where I was because I was a seamstress and I wanted to sew for myself and not just for the job. And every day when I got home, I did not even touch my sewing machine. I think my sewing machine hasn't been turned on in months, and that's on me because I sewed at work so much that by the time I got home, I didn't feel like it. But now that I'm not sewing at work, there's no I should still be touching some material. I still should be doing something. If that's, I did stop doing so much fast. That was one that I was good at. I order food a lot because I don't really know how to cook, and so I order out a lot because I have a kid who's always like, okay, well, I'm hungry, whether you cook or not. I need to be fed. So, but this year I just do a lot better. It does help that my boyfriend knows how to cook. So I don't know what to tell you if that's your goal or you don't have one of those who can cook. But for me, that was very helpful, and I did do at least one thing on my list. um, something else. Now, I did put a couple things on the back of my vision board, and they were just kind of like I don't know how to explain it. They were things that I really wanted, but was too ashamed or embarrassed to say out loud. Little hopes that were just for me that I put on the back of the vision board so that it would say just. And one of them was I was hoping for a place with me and my boyfriend. He really likes stoves. I really like pink, so I did an AI picture of stoves and pink in a room, and I just put it back there with hope that you know get a place together, and we did. That was the big move this year, and I'm really excited about that. And I even have a pink stove in the house. It wasn't on purpose. I didn't remember that I put this on the back because I wasn't even looking at that, but it happened. So I'm not saying vision boards are magical and things will just happen, but I feel that, you know, even if you're not accomplishing the whole vision in that year, as long as you're making small steps towards it. So last year I didn't decorate. There were a lot of other things on the vision board that I didn't even or think about. But there were a couple of things where when I was taking my vision board apart for this new year that I looked at and I was like, oh yeah, I did do that. I just accomplished something. Something happened. Something changed. And that's what I wanted. And that made me happy.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right. So now for 2026 vision board. As you can see, it says remix. I am using the same vision board, but I'm remixing things up a little bit on my board. And as you can tell, I changed that 2025 to 2026. All right. So now on the vision board, you can see in the picture there that on the right hand side where I had the YouTube, because we were going to do some more content, I added a few pictures there. I added um, three of my favorite content creators that I follow all the time. There's Gabe Bult. Hope I say his last name right. There's Kaden, and there's Tiffany. Tiffany is the face of ambition, and she talks a lot about having ambition and making plans to get where you are, which is why the 2026 vision board, I believe, will work better this year because of plans. And I have plans going on. So, uh, and Kate Caton, she does uh, financial, and she does um, information about savings and not living beyond your means. She's really good with keeping you not living beyond your means. And then Gabe is a person who, at 24, was able to retire. He is a minimalist and he can teach you a few things. But I just love them to death. I watch their channels all the time. And so that is where I'm getting a lot of my inspiration from. Uh, One of the quotes that you can see in the picture on my board says, success requires daily action. And it does. And so, as far as my goal to lose weight, I am actually using uh, Face of Ambition. She has a GPT. Is that the right letters? Chat GPT?
Oh, yeah.
Chat GPT. She has a Chat GPT app that she actually coaches you through um, goals or something that you're trying to do. So my action plan as far as losing weight is I'm following her instructions. Every day she gives me something on what I'm supposed to eat, what I'm supposed to exercise. So my plan is just to keep following her plan and I should make that goal. Um, Now also as far as the self-care, my bestie gave me a planner that is marvelous, and I am using it for my self care days. I am writing down certain days and time when I will take time for myself, writing down like when I'm do my nails or uh, do facial or when I take in time to do something with my hair. So that is all going in this planner. And since it's planned out, then I'll work it from there. And now, also on my board, you're going to see uh, on the left hand side, I had the invoke romance. I just had that on there, and then I didn't have any information on how to do that. It didn't look for any information. So this time, I do have a few things listed here. There's six simple ways to strengthen your relationship here on the board. But also, I've decided that I will do a little more investigation, read some books, find some information on what I need to do to make that happen. Because it's not going to magically happen. I'm going to have to do that. And then also with that, I know that you can't have a good relationship unless you have done the work on yourself and have a good relationship with yourself. So that's uh, another thing that's under my self care is your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship you have. You have to have that relationship with yourself. You have to have that time for yourself in order to be able to give to others. Uh, Now, on my board this year and the family, I want to have a family Christmas retreat trip. And I don't know what plan I'm going to be making to make this happen, but that's what I want, and I will work on it. Now, um, still working on the paying off all the debt and still working on the emergency fund. Basically, one of the things that my content creator um, have taught me, I learned from her, Kate Caden, is make it automatic. If you make it automatic, you don't miss it. So when last year I got a raise, I didn't have it before, and I was paying the bills or whatever, calculated what that would be out of each check. I got to directly go to a different account. I don't see it. I don't miss it. I never had it. So how can I miss it? And so now this year, well, 2005, when I got my raise, same thing. Calculate it. It goes straight to the other bank account that I don't touch or mess with. I don't miss it. I ain't had it. They didn't give it to me. It's not there. So that works. And basically, I did also decided that I don't know if you could see at the bottom of the board, I have these little post-it notes that I decided that I would write on every day. So the first one says, I am recording today. So that's the plan for content creating and being constant with it. And then tomorrow I rip that one off and put something else there that I'll be doing. Now, also on another one, I put I walked today because I did get 30 minutes of walking in today as far as my exercise. So that is the plan to keep working each one of these little plans separately.
Mm.
And that's my 2006, 2026, 20 years difference.
Like the idea of pretending you don't have that extra money. I think that's really smart. But that's brilliant, actually. I really like that idea. It looks fun, and it definitely showing that you're making steps towards making sure that you get more progress here. I too reused my board. But my idea was to like cover up the blemishes because of course it got ripped and all that type of stuff. So I did cover up the blemishes, but this is my board, and I'll post a picture of it so you can get a better vision picture of it. Um, I have three quotes. But the one that I think is the most important to me is a year from now, you wish you had started today. And that's true. Like I've had so many New Year resolutions or things that I wanted or hoped for in this year. And by that next year, I'm upset because I hadn't done anything towards it. So I'm just hoping to hold on to that disappointment as a reminder that for everything that I want to do, I have to work towards it and I have to start today or it'll never get started. um, I just think this year, what was more important last year, I think mine was a little more. I want for the family, and I want this for that, and this for this, and I tried to be a little more just about me this year. Um, so I do have a little thing about family. I have a picture of me and my boyfriend, and really it's not just for us, it's for relationships that I have in with other people. And I wrote more of this, enjoy and don't stress. I feel like I get in my head a lot, especially when I'm talking to people or socializing or anything like that. And I just want to pay attention to the relationships that I have and enjoy my time with people. It's hard to enjoy your time with someone when your whole mind is a million different could be, would be. Why'd I say that? Why'd I do that? I just enjoy the time that I'm having with people. But besides this, everything else is about me. That's where I'm gonna be a little more selfish. I think. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. That could just be I just want to focus on myself a little bit more. Because like you said, like you have to start at yourself before you can go out to the world. Which is why the first thing that I'm talking about is clothes. I'm wearing whatever I want this year. And I like frilly and I like patterns and I like girly stuff. I don't care how crazy I look. If you see me walking down the street and I look like a crazy Barbie doll with 13 different color pinks on, don't say nothing because I am living my best life. That's how I'm gonna live this year. I'm gonna have fun. Um, I'd like to travel. That's one of the things I'm hoping for this year. And it doesn't have to be like I made sure not to put just the plane. It doesn't have to be a big travel. I have buses and cars and even a bike on there somewhere. Like I just want to do stuff. I just want to make memories. I just want to have fun with my family and just go places. And I don't think that's selfish. um, as usual, I need to work on my weight. I know that's an issue with me. I just I'm gonna focus on that this year for sure because one of the things Miss one of the things Miss told me about was to write down things that it would just be awful if it happened for just another year more. And that really spoke to me because I've hated I've absolutely hated my body since I've been like 17. I was in a double zero, I think, when I was 11. That was the proudest moment of my life because I could say I was in a double zero. And then every size up from then, I hated myself more and more and more, and it never ends. And I am not to age myself, but I am in my 30s, and that's a lot of years of hating yourself. And so it would be awful if I hated myself the way I look for just one more year. And some of that is going to be losing weight, but some of that is going to be just me becoming okay with myself. So I have to work on those things, and hopefully, for sure, by the end of this year, I'll have fallen in love with myself, whether it is just happy with my weight or just happy with me, or hopefully both. I did forget to mention one thing. My dry erase board, which I love, I decided that the things that I hope for or want this year are pretty large, and they're usually large asks. But if I break it down, like, I'm hoping that when you show the little progress, then you you work towards the bigger ones. You can show the small things as you work towards the bigger ones. So, like travel, I know that I need a passport first. So I could just write on my little dry erase board, get a passport, and I can work towards that. And that'll be working towards the larger things. So that's my goal.
Awesome. Okay, well, that is our vision boards for 2026 and our plans to actually accomplish what is on the vision board by having daily action every day, a little bit at a time, to get to where we want to be. So, we want to see your vision. So, if you're out there and you're listening, go ahead and throw your vision board together and send us a picture in the comment so we can see where you want to be at the end of 2026. Even if you're retired, you can have a vision of some things you want to get done this year. So go ahead and send that in.
Absolutely, that's a great idea. And you know what? Post it on Instagram and tag us. We'd love to see them.
Awesome. All right, so we'll see you next time. And thank you again for being back with GenTea.
Happy New Year!
Miss B and Cookie in the
Bye.
morning light, broadcasting their day, making things feel right. GenTea on YouTube every single day. Mother-daughter duo, got so much to say. Like, comment, subscribe, join